See, everything's just so short. Good morning, everyone. Today I am sitting at my vanity, which makes me feel so luxurious. I'm so glad I actually got one in my new place. And I wanted to do a day in the life. We are still in quarantine. I'll talk a little bit more about that in a bit, but just a little day in the life in quarantine. Let's get on it. I'm gonna heat up some curlers. I already did my skincare in the bathroom, but I do need to apply some sunscreen. I'm using up this Hydro Boost one from Neutrogena. I am in the process of trying to find an ocean safe chemical sunscreen or one that just doesn't give a white cast, one that kind of sinks in a little bit more. I hate the feeling of physical sunscreens, and feeling is such like a big proponent of if I'm going to use it, if I'm going to apply it. I've always hated the feeling of sunscreen and the I actually purchased one online, and it was delivered a couple weeks ago, but I think somebody nabbed my package. So until then, when Seattle starts to reopen up again, which I will talk about a little bit here, there's a store I've been wanting to go to forever. It's in the U Village. It's called K Banana, and it's a Korean beauty store. And a couple of my friends online post about it all the time, and one of my friends said that one of her favorite sunscreens was actually at K Banana. Korean beauty or K beauty and like skincare has been like, they've really focused a lot on new technologies and really focusing a lot on protecting the skin and not caking on a bunch of makeup. So they're kind of the go-to in terms of like the most cutting edge and modern skincare technology and formulas and ingredients. So I'm really wanting to try one out. And again, my understanding, I'm not an expert yet on sunscreens, but my understanding is that the K beauty ingredients are not reef bleaching. Oh god, I'm not gonna be able to. That's where I am. I'm finishing up. I have a couple more sunscreens, facial sunscreens to use up in the meantime, but yeah, just excited for my Korean skincare to come in. Not even gonna mess with that necklace. So today's May 7th. The governor of Washington, Governor Inslee, extended the stay-at-home order until the end of June, so for another 30 days. A lot of other states are starting to open up, but we've been very precautious. We're gonna be doing phases, it's phases of 3 weeks, and kind of slowly, as he put it, rolling back the dial or turning up the dial. I'm unaware of the date, 3 weeks from when it started / June 1st. I think I'm just gonna stick with June 1st is when phase 2 will begin, which would be a lot more parks and outdoor recreation areas opening up, as well as restaurants and salons and massage parlors and stores. A lot of them opening, and a lot of the like restaurants and salons and stuff being at half capacity to allow for social distancing. If our numbers are to kind of stay pretty low and, you know, plateau or decrease in the amount of cases that we have, I believe all 3 phases would end in July. Even though I do believe that like social distancing practices are going to be implemented for a long time. I'll be curious to see like when we actually start having like concerts or football games, like really big events, parades. I'm personally really excited and looking forward to some things opening up. Though I do not want to personally push it faster than the medical opinions believe that we should. I really am trusting what our, you know, medical professionals are doing and believing in. Though I do know that this is like a really hard time for a lot of people, a lot of like really unsure, and a lot of people want to go to work so that they can get money, which is just really sad. But I am looking forward to when things start to reopen, because I've missed being able to kind of treat my chronic pain with some physicians like massage therapists and chiropractors. And I wanted to test out like a certain type of like a new chronic pain treatment that I will probably do a video on once I do that for several weeks to see if it's worth anything. So I'm really looking forward to kind of being able to like, you know, I do want to go talk to like my doctor. I was in the process of getting like a new doctor and trying new medicine and all of this stuff, and so I'm really excited for when things open up and I'll be able to, I don't know, treat myself again. What I should be doing, and what I should have been doing for years, is doing like daily stretches or daily yoga, and I just find it so boring and painful. And So I will also be looking forward to going to like workout classes. I'm not sure what that's going to look like or entail. So I put my hair up in a ponytail and I put curlers in, and it's just gonna be kind of loose curls. As you can probably hear, I feel super congested, and I felt congested for the past couple days. So I picked up these things and I'm really excited. What's nice about having my vanity here is I feel like I can really just sit down, take my time, and really like massage my face with like all those trendy massage tools, like, and really just go in and try and like promote circulation. So I'm gonna do that, but I also got some facial cuppings, which I used yesterday and I really liked. I'm concerned about, am I like really pulling on my face and like causing wrinkles? Like, I don't know, you know, But let's go to it. Add a little oil, just using up this random beauty oil. But want to get some slickness. You know, I'm just thinking, I applied oil on top of sunscreen, and I think the oil is gonna like break down the sunscreen. So after I do my face massage, I'll put on more sunscreen. Oh yeah, see, even that's just nice. Ooh, I get a lot of like congestion in my ears. Like my cold always rests in my ear. I have this little guy, which I guess you're supposed to like go in here and do. I feel the most difference with this kind of like larger face cup. Alright, I think that's enough face cupping for today. I do want to go ahead and do some like more massaging with some of my tools. With this, I'm just trying to loosen up everything, and then with the gua sha, I'll be more of a direct, intentional downward type of draining motion. I don't remember what brand this is. It might have been Pixie, but I know I got it at Target. And it's got one of those like cooling applicator tips on it. And then you squeeze and then some, you know, lubricant comes out. This looks very phallic. But the tip is cold. The camera was trying to censor my foolishness. But yeah, I don't really get puffy eyes, I don't think. But it does feel good to kind of wake up and circulate the area. I think I just have a lot of like stagnant like mucus, and you know, it just feels nice to like wake up the skin and like have things circulating. I don't remember the guy's name, but there's that whole theory of vitality in life where it's like V equals P minus O, which is V is for vitality equals power minus obstruction. So it's talking about how life and vibrancy and alertness and aliveness comes from however much power or flow or chi or whatever you have minus the obstruction. You know, it's more like a philosophy than like a physical mentality. But talking about like if our pathways are open and clear and things can flow without any blockage or obstruction, things in the way, that we can be at our most vibrant. And so I really like looking at things like with flow. Probably another reason I like water. I'm gonna reapply my sunscreen. Alright, and then for makeup, I'm just going to curl my lashes, put on some mascara, a little bit of BB cream to get rid of the redness in my face. What's the point of putting on makeup if you're not gonna put on highlighter, and a little bit of lip gloss for color and shine, and a little bit of bronzer to channel some summertime. Alright, I think we're good enough to get the hair down. I'm still trying to like work out this technique, but that's what we're working with. All right, let's go downstairs and get some breakfast. I have been trying to drink a gallon of water every day. So every morning I fill up this pitcher, and as you can see, I've already had about 1 mason jar full of this. So I'm gonna go on mason jar number 2. And why it's pink is I have an electrolyte powder in there just to try and hydrate me a little bit more. That's why it's pink. Not sure how I feel about it. Right now I've kind of been liking it, but I need to do more research on it just in general to see how it works, if it works, because they can be a little bit pricey. So that's why it's pink. So it's getting kind of late in the day and we're getting close to lunchtime. So I'm gonna have some fruit for kind of like my breakfasty situation while I make this soup for lunch. I've been craving the Olive Garden chicken gnocchi soup.
I miss Olive Garden so much. I just started tearing up about it.
And so I decided I would make it without chicken. I made it last week and I liked it and it was really helpful. I was actually really sick last week, so it was nice to kind of have that warming hot food and have it just ready. So I wanted to make a couple tweaks to the recipe this time. So I found that my recipe was a little bit thin, and that calls for half and half. So I was curious if heavy cream would make it a little more of that thicker. Of course it's gonna be less healthier. I just want the soup to be how I want it to taste. So I'm going to make that soup right now and snack on some watermelon. I picked up and cut up my first watermelon of the summer. I consider May to be the start of summer, not mid-June, but that's just me. And I'm excited to get into this. It is now time to add the broth. This time and the time before, I'm gonna use chicken broth. I consider myself vegetarian, but I'm curious, like, do you guys consider like chicken broth like vegetarian or not? Like, is this, like, when I think of vegetarianism, I think of like avoiding meat. My whole thing is to do like reducitarian, so to try and like reduce animal consumption and animal products as much as possible. I think in the future I will try veggie broth, and I normally get veggie broth, but this go around I'm gonna try chicken. Let's give her a taste. Needs salt, but that's good. Perfect timing. It's just about noon, so I am going to, everything's just so short, I'm too tall. I'm gonna sit here and have my lunch and do some computer work. Oh, the day has just gotten like out ahead of me. I picked up some delicious Chinese takeout from the best Chinese restaurant in all of Seattle, Bamboo Gardens, which is all vegetarian food. And now I have a Zoom meeting with some friends to paint some Bob Ross stuff. So I need to get into some paint clothes. So let's do that now. Got some shorts on. Let's go downstairs and finish setting up for some painting. I have converted my kitchen into an art studio. So I have a tarp since I'm working with oil paints. It's gonna get everywhere. This week, so this will be my second Bob Ross painting. This week I picked up some smaller canvases because I kind of like this size more. I feel like I'll be more inclined to hang them at this size. I have 2 mineral spirits. This is to clean the oils off the brush. I have my cabinet open because I'm gonna put my phone here to FaceTime like my friends. Let me show you the one I did last week. Last week my friend gave me one of his he bought a big pack of canvases, so he gave me a really big one. And I'll show you the one I did last week. Yeah. Something a little like that. Not too shabby. This week we're doing like a nighttime seascape, so that's why I painted it black. I need to cut out a board to make my palette. All right, got my makeshift palette for this week from like an old, like Ulta Amazon box. Let's do a fantastic painting. Ooh. Well, what'd you do? suggestion of a shape. Oh my goodness, y'all. I am so covered in paint. I finished my painting. I'm still learning the Bob Ross technique. It's very difficult. Let me show you what I've got, what I did. There she blows, the final little wave. I think ultimately my paints are, they're the cheaper ones because, you know, it's my first endeavor into like oil paints like this, so I didn't want to like spend a crap ton of money if I didn't like it, or if we weren't really going to do this like every week. So I think I need to get, I got one paint that's a more expensive paint, and I can totally tell a difference in its performance and thickness mainly. So I think one of my friends recommended the paint set that he uses, and his always comes out really vibrant and shapeful, and because I feel like I always have to like over blend mine, and they don't like to lay on top of each other. But I mean, I think that looks nice for what it is. I'm gonna take a shower, and then I need to actually prepare for tomorrow. Washington State does have parks opened up. I think it was on Tuesday, a couple days ago. Some state parks in Washington State did open up to allow for like fishing and, you know, recreation, daytime recreation. So tomorrow is going to be very sunny and clear. So I am going out tomorrow. That will be the next video that you see, maybe 2. So I need to prepare for that, which means charging batteries, emptying SD cards, and maybe packing some like road snacks and drinks. So let me hop in the shower and start out with my nighttime routine. Normally I'd put on a retinol, but my skin seems really dry, so I'm gonna give it a break tonight and use some more hydrating stuff. Started the vlog at my vanity. Working with oil paints and those mineral spirits or whatever dry out my hands so bad, so I'm gonna need to put on some like hand cream. And that's my day, guys. I'm gonna go to bed, that way I can get all recharged and up and pumped and ready for tomorrow's shoot out in some nature. I'm really excited. I've missed going outside. Thankfully I do live in a, you know, a pretty part of the world, and I have been able to go on really pretty walks around my neighborhood, but I'm excited to kind of go on a classic drive out and take some pictures out in some really intense nature. So I'm really looking forward to that. If you guys are excited about that, I'll give you a hint. It's a waterfall. Make sure to check out that video. If it's out already, I'll link it down below. So I want to say thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I'd love to know your thoughts on it if you enjoyed this day in the life. And if you'd like to see more things like this in the future, I want to say happy travels from me to you, and get home safely. Bye, guys.